Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a Gunpla review of the 1-100 scale Full Mechanics Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex, the final form of the hero mobile suit from Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. If you're already getting a sense of deja vu, that's to be expected because the Lupus Rex can trace its composition all the way back to the original 1-100 Barbatos model kit. Of the 13 parts in the box, 9 of the plastic frames are entirely new. However, the changes are only surface level, resulting in the core structure of the build remaining unchanged. You still get a full inner frame, and you still stack familiar armor plates onto it. The biggest difference with the Lupus Rex are the addition of the larger arms, but again, if you've built any variant of the 1-100 Barbatos in the past, there's not much here that will excite you. With the efforts of assembly complete, the result is a fairly decent representation of the Barbatos Lupus Rex. First things first, the best thing about this kit are its proportions, managing to strike the perfect balance between the original line art and the Gundam's wilder appearance in the anime. Part separation is good for a 1-100 full mechanics release, with stickers making up the smaller details like the logos in the knees and tail, as well as the black sections on the upper thighs and backpack. Of course, there is one huge elephant in the room we need to address: the non-colored claws. It's one of the defining characteristics of the Barbatos Lupus Rex, and I'm shocked that Bandai chose to leave this detail up to the modeler. Besides that, the straight build presentation is acceptable. So it goes without saying that if there's one thing that needs to be done with this kit, it's painting those claws. The kit also has a huge amount of panel lining opportunities, more than I personally like, and could use a touch of seamline coverage in the forearms. It's also worth considering adding some color to those exposed sections of the inner frame. With how white this Gundam is, a splash of color here and there might go a long way depending on your preference. Height-wise, the kit stands at 8 inches tall, putting it on level terms with the previous Barbatos Lupus. That said, the bulkier arms give it a fiercer silhouette as opposed to its predecessor's more heroic stature. Articulation starts with a ball socket neck on a hinge. The waist is on a ball joint, there's a torso crunch, and the tail can hinge vertically. There's adjustable shoulder armor, ball socket shoulders on a universal joint, a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and ball socket wrists. Front and side waist skirts have some degree of movement to them. The hips rock back and forth together, the hips themselves are on universal joints, double jointed knees, fully adjustable ankles, and a toe bend. Posability is about what you'd expect from a Barbatos kit. The upper body is good, with limitations in the legs. Accessories start with the Gundam's signature weapon, the ultra-large mace. It includes a pair of hands to hold it. The weapon also has an extendable handle and pile bunker at the tip. The only downside is that the kit can't easily hold the weapon up with it being so big, so there is a support beam included to help with this. When not in use, you can attach the mace onto the supplied bracket and then mount the whole weapon on the Gundam's backside. Next is a copper wire encased in black plastic. It measures about a foot long and is used alongside the Gundam's tail. It threads and hooks through a small detaching point in the backpack. It's a little tricky to set up the first time, but once done, the added benefit of an adjustable tail is completely worth it. For features, the Lupus Rex's large arms house sub-arms. Now, this kit doesn't actually include anything to use with these, still I'm sure it won't be tough to find an item or two to stick in them. Finally, as a first-run bonus, this edition of the 1-100 Lupus Rex comes with a display stand. It's marked by the red border on the box. Now, it's essentially an action-based one with a revised base and matching Tekkedan stickers. Nothing incredibly special, still very useful. The Lupus Rex is the 4th release to be based on the original 1-100 scale Gundam Barbatos, and as such, I found nothing about this kit to be surprising or innovative. But that's okay, because when it comes to ingenuity and value, the original Barbatos is still one of the best model kits I've experienced in recent years, and the same can be said for this one. Sure, the unpainted claws are a big letdown, yet I maintain that the out-of-box presentation will still be fine for most collectors, and for some, the ultra-large mace and action-based one are worth it for the price of entry alone. For being the final form of the Barbatos, the 1-100 Full Mechanics Lupus Rex is a pretty good kit. Obviously, with this being the final version of the Barbatos for the foreseeable future, you're now probably wondering which is the best version to get. Well, to be honest, just pick the one you like the look of the most. The quality of all the 1-100 scale Barbatos kits are nearly identical, and after that, it just comes down to preferential design elements. The Lupus Rex will be my definitive Barbatos, but I maintain that any other version is equally as justifiable. That's all from me, thanks for watching, and while the name Lupus Rex may directly translate to Wolf King, make no mistake, this is not the one true king.